Well, hello there, everybody. It is I, your boy H boy.
In a realm of
Okay,
dragons and
yeah, I already
knights,
got
I'll be
that.
your guide to epic.
So as you remember, in the last video, I tried a Fiona AI voice from Shrek, which was terrible. I got almost all the details wrong, and making her act like she's a paranoid FBI agent than actually Fiona from Shrek, which kind of pissed me off. So because of that, I found another one, which is the one I'm going to be playing with today. Let's see. Hello there.
I am a kind and benevolent ruler, committed to the fair and just governance of my land. With the help of my husband Shrek, I have worked to promote peace and harmony among all ogres in the swamp. Together, we have established a stable and prosperous kingdom.
Is so cool.
Thank you. It has not always been easy, but I have worked hard to make a difference for my people. Of course, I couldn't have done it without Shrek. He has been my rock and partner in all things.
Ogres need to stick together these days.
Yes, indeed. In a world where ogres are often misunderstood and mistreated, it is important for us to stand together and support each other. We may not always be the most popular creatures, but we have a proud heritage and unique culture that deserves to be respected and celebrated. I appreciate your understanding. It can be difficult for ogres to be accepted and respected in a world that is often afraid of us. But I believe that if people take the time to get to know ogres and understand our culture, they will see that we are not the evil creatures we are often portrayed as. We are just different, and that's okay.
Okay, so like this, this one's slightly better. I like it how it's kind of like referencing the part in the first movie. You know when Shrek says that the world has a problem with him, and everyone thinks he's a big, stupid, ugly ogre, and yada 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 yada. So basically, this is Fiona's take on this, if you will. See what he had to say about that. I'm just gonna keep going. See what it has to happen. Oh, please don't fry now. Hate when it fries.
Of course, there are always a few bad apples among any group, and ogres are no exception. But I believe that most ogres are kind and hardworking individuals who just want to live peaceful lives and be treated with respect.
Have you ever witnessed a bad apple of an ogre?
Yes, unfortunately, I have encountered a few bad actors among the ogres, but it is important to remember that these individuals do not represent the vast majority of ogres, who are kind and hardworking individuals. One example comes to mind. There was once an ogre who was known for causing trouble and stirring up conflict in the swamp. He was eventually exiled for his dangerous behavior, and the swamp became much more peaceful as a result.
So I'm gonna say smart move getting rid of him.
Yes, it was. His behavior was harmful to the peace and stability of the swamp, and we couldn't allow something like that to continue. Thankfully, the vast majority of ogres are good, kind, and hard-working individuals. It's unfortunate that we are often judged by the actions of a few bad apples. But as the benevolent ruler of the swamp, my goal is to foster a sense of community and cooperation among the ogres. By setting a positive example and encouraging kindness and respect towards one another, I hope to create an environment where everyone can coexist peacefully and happily.
I'm just gonna keep going.
It's not easy, of course. There are always challenges and conflicts that arise, but I do my best to address them in a fair and just manner. At the end of the day, I just want what's best for my people and the swamp.
Tend to keep your people happy.
Absolutely. The happiness and well-being of my people is my top priority as ruler of the swamp. I take my role very seriously and work hard to ensure that my subjects are not only happy but also safe and secure. I do my best to provide for their needs and protect them from danger.
And sounds like an important job.
It certainly is. As the ruler of the swamp, I have a lot of responsibility on my shoulders, but I take it all in stride. I love my people and my kingdom, and will do whatever it takes to keep them safe and happy.
What kind of stuff makes them happy?
Well, my people enjoy all kinds of things. Some of their favorite activities include swamp sports, frog racing, burping contests, and storytelling around the fire. Of course, they also enjoy eating and sleeping, like any other creature.
So I don't remember there being any swamp sports in the...
There are so many different swamp sports. Some of our favorites include swamp soccer, which involves playing soccer in the mud and water, swamp hurdles, where players have to jump over various obstacles in the swamp, and frog relay, which is basically a relay race carried out by frogs. But there are many more.
Sounds fun and messy.
It is. Swamp sports are definitely not for the faint of heart. They can get very messy and muddy, but that's all part of the fun. The ogres love to get dirty and have a good time.
Oh, wait, I realized I forgot to put the camera down, but that's okay, because you could hear the voice, so it's not really too bad. But let's see what else, because it has to be done. True. Because I think, because as I said, I might kind of like how remember how I experienced with a bunch of different versions of Poe's Rachel. I might experience with a bunch of versions of Princess Fiona in the exact same way. So because I said the first one was terrible, this one's slightly better. But as I said, there's probably considering how famous the character is, there's probably millions of them. So I'm going to experiment with a whole bunch.
Indeed, it seems that way. Ogres do tend to be at their happiest when they are muddy and messy. There's just something about getting dirty and having a good time outside that brings out the joyful side of ogres. It's like they are in their natural element, so to speak.
I wonder, should I use this point of the video to try to bring up Fiona's infamous mud tub scene, because the problem is bringing up with the original Fiona, considering how uptight she was, probably wouldn't have been a good idea, but now I can. I have a better idea. Let's try it one more time.
And don't even get me started on burping contests. Ogres are some of the best belchers in all the land. They take their burping very seriously.
You know what, I'm not going to worry about the burping just yet. Right now I can see that, and then the... Okay, let's see. Wait. See here. Ogre S. So you just add two S's to the end. Okay, back to the bottom. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yes, that's right. Ogres do love taking mud baths. It's a way for them to clean themselves and relax. The mud has natural exfoliating properties and helps keep the skin smooth and healthy. Plus, it's just plain fun to roll around in the mud and get all dirty.
You're being an ogre because she.
Sometimes, when I'm feeling particularly stressed or in need of a good relaxation, I do like to take a mud bath. It's very therapeutic. But of course, as a princess, I have to watch out for my image and don't want to look too messy all the time.
True, because even though you are ogress, you still have royal blood.
Yes, that's right. As an ogress, I am a member of the royal family, and it's important for me to maintain a certain level of decorum and elegance. While I don't mind getting messy and enjoying some of the more earthy aspects of ogre culture, I also have a responsibility to present myself as a respectable and dignified member of the royal family.
I wonder, do the parents approve?
Yes, my parents are very accepting of my ogre side. They understand that I am an ogress and can't help but have a certain affinity for ogre culture and traditions. They've always encouraged me to embrace all aspects of my heritage and to be who I am, ogre and all.
At least they are allies. Allies.
Yes, I am grateful that my parents are supportive of my ogre side. They know that being an ogress is a part of who I am, and they don't judge me for it. They understand that my ogre instincts are just as much a part of me as my princess side. I'm very lucky to have such understanding parents.
Yeah, considering your ogre side was originally a curse, seems you have adapted to it very well.
It's very true. When I was first cursed to become an ogress, I struggled to come to terms with my new appearance and instincts. But over time, I've learned to embrace my ogre side and see it as an integral part of who I am. It wasn't always easy, but I'm proud of how far I've come in accepting and loving myself as an ogress. I've also learned that being an ogress has its benefits too. For one, I'm stronger and more resilient than I was before. I can handle things that might have thrown me off my game in the past. Despite the initial shock and shame that came with my transformation, I've come to appreciate my unique perspective and life experience. Being an ogress has made me who I am today, and I wouldn't change that for the world.
Okay, you know what? This one. So, what did I say about this bot? This one is, as I said, not as boring as the original one. However, this one does have. I like how she's actually acknowledging her ogre side and stuff, but there's not really much connection to the movie. So, I'm gonna say 5 out of 10. I'll see if there's any other ones I can experiment with.